Hi everyone, I'm Germán Rodriguez and I'm currently studying to become an English teacher through a virtual program. Today I will be acting as the moderator of this panel discussion, but I will also be sharing my own reflections based on my pedagogical practice and the content covered during the course. Although I'm not yet a professional teacher, this process has given me meaningful insights that I'd like to share with you. I will do it also with my partners, Vanessa and Esteban. So let's begin with the first guiding question. First of all, what was the most rewarding aspect of your pedagogical practice experience? Well, as a virtual student, one of the most rewarding aspects of my pedagogical practice was being able to connect theory with real classroom situations, even if most of them were observed or practiced remotely. I had the chance to interact with the students and prepare materials that were later used in class. The moment I saw that my efforts could actually support students' learning, even in small ways, I felt truly motivated, and it reminded me why I choose this career path. So, Vanessa, do you want to answer the question too?
I the most rewarding aspect was seeing the student progress and how they become more motivated or participation activity in class. I feel I was able to create a positive environment where everyone feels comfortable expressing the themselves and learning.
So, Esteban, I think it's your turn.
Yes, Jormar, and for me, the pedagogical practice experience is seeing the real progress of the students made over time and watching them gain confidence in expressing themselves in English and applying what they learned in real communicated context was incredible, fulfilling, and additional building a meaningful connection with them allowed me to adapt teaching strategies based on their needs and interests, which further ensuring the teaching and learning process.
Thank you, Esteban. Well, the second question is, how did your understanding of language acquisition theories evolve during the course, and what did you learn? Well, for me, at the start of the course, I had a very general idea about how language learning worked, but as I went deeper into the content, I began to understand key theories like Krashen's input hypothesis, the importance of affective filters, and Vygotsky's zone of proximal development. I learned that learners need meaningful input, emotional support, and appropriate challenge to really grow. It changed how I view my future role as a teacher, not as someone who just gives information, but as someone who guides, supports, and motivates people. So, Esteban, would you like to answer the question?
Yes, Yolmar. And in my perception, my understanding of language acquisitions is I had a more structural and grammar focused perspective. But after studying theories such as the communicated approach, Krashen's input hypothesis, And by Kautsky's socio-cultural theory, I realized that meaningful interaction and social concepts play a key role in language learning. I learning I learned that learners need comprehensible input and real opportunities to use the language beyond simple memorizing rules.
Thank you, Esteban. Well, Vanessa, it's your turn.
Okay. My understand a lot at first and only basic concepts, but throughout the courses I learned how to act in practice and how to adapt to each student needs. I learned the field is extremely way to teach and it is difficult to concept the context and individual characteristics of each student.
Thank you, Vanessa. Well, the next question is which innovative activity showcased in the posters at the Agora event did you find most effective for teaching and learning English? Well, one activity that I found very effective was the use of digital tools and apps to support English learning. Some posters recommended using applications like Quizlet, Kahoot, and Canva to create interactive activities, games, and visual materials. I think this approach is very helpful because it keeps the students engaged and makes the learning process more dynamic. As a virtual student, I appreciated how these tools can also be adapted to remote learning environments. It showed me that technology can really enhance how we teach and learn languages, even with limited resources. Well, Esteban, could you answer this question, please?
Yes, Jormar, I think the activities, I really liked the presentation of interactive slides that facilitate student entertainment, as the interest generated by the use of ACT tools can be appreciated.
Well, I think it's your turn, Vanessa.
In our case, activity I should say with interactive role-playing game with student practicing everyday situations. First one, authentic expression. I was very effective because here students lose their feel of my team and I do the two practices in playful and relaxation.
Thank you, Vanessa. Well, the fourth and last question is what is your evaluation and reflection regarding the products present at the Agora meeting? Well, my overall evaluation of the Agora products is very positive because as a virtual student, I found it inspiring to see how much creativity and effort my peers put into designing their teaching activities. Many of the products were adapted to real classroom contexts and showed a strong connection between theory and practice. It helped me reflect on how I can also be innovative and flexible, even in virtual settings. I feel more confident and prepared to design activities that are both engaging and educational. Now, Vanessa, could you answer this question, please?
Okay, my evaluation is very positive. The product expression show creativity and practice approach in studying English teaching. and reflected on the importance of integration theory in practice, and activity the students' participation to achieve more meaningful learning.
And finally, Esteban, would you like to answer the question?
Yes, Yolmar, and I think in my overall assessment of the products presented in the Agora meeting, it's very positive. The teachers' effort, creativity, and commitment to designing a meaningful and innovative activities was evident. Many of the projects demonstrated a student-centered approach with proposals that integrated language skills, critical thinking, and the use of technological tools. Reflecting on this, and I took away many valuable ideas that could be applied and adapted in my own teaching practice.
Well, uh, finally, thank you for joining me in this personal reflection. Even though we are still in the process of becoming teachers, this experience has helped us to grow in many ways. I look forward to continuing this path and finding new ways to support students in their journey of learning English. So see you soon and thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.